free, leave your cares at home. Leave your cares at home. Do your two-step, get your groove on. This is feel good music, you can move on. Relax, stress free, leave your cares at home. Leave your cares at home.
What's happening, everybody? What it do? What it do? We are here on a Tuesday night doing what we do on the can with the fam. And I have a man with me tonight that strikes fear in the hearts of wildlife from sea to shining sea. He is my man, my brother, Mr. Rick Charger Mopar. What's going on, brother? You all right?
Oh, I think I'm having a heart attack, so I'm going to go ahead and check my blood pressure to see if I'm ready to drop dead.
Yes, no, don't do that. Well, actually, that might make you too. Hey, that would probably go viral. So if you feel free, if you do that, we can definitely make some waves there. No, brother, you're going to live to be 147, much to the chagrin of waterfowl everywhere.
Don't forget the reptiles.
Yes, the reptiles. Although I think you get the waterfowl are a lot easier for you to get. I think the iguanas, they're kind of slick and kind of then you got to get them at the right time in the right place. You need apparatus. You got to have hunting tools and all that. But the waterfowl, there you go. The waterfowl.
Is that enough for a heart attack?
Yeah, no, that's low. Yeah, the waterfowl are easier to get, I think. They should have more fear of you than an iguana.
Well, yeah, they'll eat out of my hand sometimes.
Right. See, the iguana ain't doing that.
No.
So that's what I'm saying. They're easier. They're a little easier. Claus says his duck on the menu. You better believe it. When Slayer of the Duck is in the building. Brenda's here. Hey, Brenda, good to see you. Our man Bruce, he's putting on his pajamas there, getting ready to roll on. Oh, there's my wonderful sister. There's my sister Laura's in the building. Hey, I know, yeah, you're right there with Bruce. You guys are on the same schedule. Looks like Rick might be having some technical difficulties.
Oh, can you hear me?
Either that or yeah. Put your clothes back on, man. Put your clothes back on and come on back on camera, brother.
I have such old equipment; it's ridiculous. Oh, there we go. Good. Boy, I tell you, I need to upgrade.
Yeah, that's exactly what. Hey, listen. Let me tell you what, man. It would be. I have to say, it would be very ironic if you were to die of a heart attack. There would be 1,010 vegans taking clips from your channel. And it's like, see, you see, we told you. So yeah, that would be there would be joy in the hearts of many, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, I got a couple of vegan friends that keep telling me I have to go to the doctor. Like, why am I going to go to the doctor? I haven't been to a doctor since 1996. I don't want to go to the doctor. I want to get my heart attack and drop dead. By the time they call the rescue, I'm already ready for the ground or for the furnace, and that's it.
Well, I think you should go to the doctor because you can teach him a thing or two.
The only way I go to the doctor is if I had a doctor like Dr. Sean Baker or Dr. Anthony Chafee. Yeah, and I'll go to the doctor.
Yeah, I know what you mean. My man Brett is in the building. I was just talking about you today, Brett. Hope you're doing all right there, my man. I will be up his way in a couple weeks. And I will see him up there. Josephine says, howdy. Good to see you, Josephine. My Apex Odyssey. We're just hanging out here, man, doing what we do, which is a little bit of nothing, just having a little fun. Hanging out on a Tuesday night. As always, if you want to pop in the chat or pop in the stream, there is a link in the chat. And you can just
don't be afraid.
Pop in,
we don't bite.
Pop in and say, hey. John Martinson says, you're missing the debate.
That's a good thing.
No. It's must see TV, but I care about my people more than I care about that debate. I will watch that debate on a replay. I will watch it after the show tonight when we get done here.
There you go.
I do like politics a little bit. I don't talk about politics and religion and stuff on here because this is fun. We're here to have fun, laugh, all that kind of stuff. And listen, when you have debate, when you start talking about politics and religion and things, somebody ends up wanting to fight. So, and the only thing we want to fight over here is vegans, vegetarians, and people who don't roll like us. And we'll fight them, but we don't fight. Yeah. We're family over here. We love each other. We support each other. And so, yeah, that's what I'm all about. And speaking of love and support, look who it is, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Look who it is.
Look at all that meat.
Hey.
It's our man, who's your carnivore. Good.
Oh, it's good.
I know, just wondering, you never stream this to your channel. When you come on, you are a great friend of the show. You come on all the time. I appreciate that. You're my brother. You're welcome. You're welcome here anytime you want to be here. But I just always wondered you never stream it, and I just didn't know if well, the reason I'm asking is because were you given the option? Because I always check that box if people want to stream it on their channels.
I do have the option. I'm putting it in right now.
Oh, well, again, I'm not, you don't have to. I just wonder, I'm like, is this thing messing up? Am I doing this right? Because obviously you got lots of fans. You got lots of folks that want to see you and catch up with you and see what you're doing. That's right, man. The more the merrier, man. We'll make this thing a party. So if you have to come out and come back in, that's cool. But I don't have a lot of viewers in my channel, but mine are the best quality. My absolutely, man. Hey, quality over quantity.
Number one with me.
Yes, my folks are going to lower the IQ, the collective IQ. So, we need some people to raise the collective IQ here. So, I mean, that's how I feel about it. So, Bruce says, my theory is, which would I rather die of, cancer or heart attack? I prefer the latter, one and done. Yeah, that is definitely true.
That is the principle of Rick's heart attack diet. That's how I started it in the first place. Would you rather die slow, withering away, feeling bad, getting weak, having somebody having to take care of you, or you're running strong and then bam, that engine just blows out and that's it. Pistons go all over the place. There's a big cloud of smoke and they say, you know what? That's going straight to the scrapyard.
Just have you a Fred Sanford moment?
Yeah.
This is the big one, Elizabeth. I'm coming to join you.
Yeah, I'll be the one with a steak in my hand. Yeah. Lindy is here. Oh my gosh. It is so good to see you, Lindy. I'm so glad you're here. I love her to death. We were in Texas and I hugged her, so many times. She told me if I hugged her one more time, she's going to call her, get a restraining order filed against me. So, I want to thank you very much, Lindy, for not doing that. I don't know how the police in Texas would have handled me out there. So I appreciate that. Brenda says, I'm sure the news will inform me about those debates. Yeah, no, listen, I'm definitely going to watch. But just like I said, I can watch it on the replay. They'll be playing clips from it for the next month. I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it live. That's how I feel about it. Some people want to see it live. I don't really watch anything live anymore. I DVR everything, sporting events, all that stuff. I fast forward through the commercials and the timeouts and the injuries and all that stuff, the half times, and I it's very few things that I actually watch live anymore. So Rick fights iguanas all the time. Now I'd watch that live. I watched you fight an iguana live. That's
I had a short video where I grabbed one by the tail.
Yeah. Well, it says Rick got me cooking all chicken and fish and beef fat. Love it, yummy. Yeah, Rick's having some technical difficulties tonight. It's the thing. Yeah, man, it's the ducks, man. It's the ducks and the iguanas out there messing with your internet, man. They're trying to shut you down.
Unbelievable! I'm telling you.
That's it, man. They're trying to get you. Yes, that's because I see. Listen, in order to be a great hugger, you got to bring the love with you. You got to bring the love with you, man. I bring the love with me wherever I go. So absolutely, yes. And she still almost filed a restraining against me, folks. That's it. Brenda says the same thing. She watches things on replay. Yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you, the DVR is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Ever since the advent and the creation of the DVR, I watch very few things live. I can watch them on my own time, my own pace, and especially football games and stuff like that. If I time it right, I start it and watch it, and when there's about a minute left to go in the game, I run out of what I recorded. So I literally can watch the last minute of the game after I watch the rest of it, fast forwarded through everything. So that's how I roll. What can I say? You a sports fan, Brett? I know. Look, I know Rick ain't. It's not.
Nope.
Not too big. I mean, I enjoy watching Colts football games.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. That's kind of my thing. My mom's always liked watching football, so that's something we kind of do together on Sunday.
Oh, I love that.
It's our little tradition to watch football together. So
yeah,
we do that.
My grandmother died in 1992, I believe, or 93, around that area. And she watched and listened to every single Reds and Bengals game on the radio. Wow. WLW, the big one, 700. And I'm telling you, 162 games of baseball a year and football games, and she never missed a game. And she would call me up after the games and what's wrong with them stinking Bengals? Same way with the Reds. They were bad too. Oh, the Reds are so bad. Oh, they used to be so good. Oh, I can't take it. Yeah, she loves sports, but all of it on the radio. She didn't have a TV. She didn't have a TV for a lot of her life.
I don't like spectator sports. I like participant sports.
Yes, iguana. Yes,
iguana catching.
Yes,
duck chasing.
Yeah, you're doing 20-meter dashes with iguanas.
And don't forget about the chicken grab. That's another
good one. Yeah, duck wrestling.
Chicken grabbing in the parking lot over at Pinecrest Bakery. There's plenty of chickens running around over there.
You like to watch the animals fight and stuff like that. So I guess that's.
Oh yeah, I get duck mating and fighting all the time. So
yeah.
Oh, that duck fight's fun.
I've seen both. I can barely tell the difference between the two. To be perfectly honest with you, I've been traumatized. You changed my life when you told me to go on YouTube and looking for duck mating, man. That really, that hurt me. I'm scarred for life. Bruce says, "Knocking off. Good night, all. Good night, brother. Good to see you, man. Glad you were here." So I don't recommend that to people.
I did have a couple things to talk about tonight.
I love that. That's that.
One of them
is a Navy fan, I guess. Army-Navy game. That's always a classic.
One of them you mentioned about you're coming up here. And,
yes.
I sent an email out to a couple people, and I think we're going to set something up for the Friday night.
Okay.
To go out to dinner, and some couple local fans want to join for dinner, and maybe we'll have 4 or 5 people. I'm trying to see if I can get Dustin. The Simple
He's going to be out of town.
Is Dustin going to be out of town? Oh.
Yeah. At least that's the story he gave me when I said, "Hey man, I'm gonna be in town that week." Oh, I'll be out of town. So
I got a
no, I'm kidding. I think they really are going to be out of town. But I love that.
Yeah, got a few carnivores local that wouldn't mind coming and meeting for dinner or something. Just
I
something
think it's
casual.
great.
And,
Yeah. You pick a spot?
I thought maybe we could do like a fogo de chao or
Okay.
Brazilian steakhouse kind of thing.
On a Friday night?
Yeah, it might be rough.
Oh, it'll be a zoo in there. And it's in the middle of downtown, isn't it?
Yeah, it is downtown.
Yeah.
But I think you can make reservations. So
yeah, hey, listen, I'm down pretty much for whatever. But yeah, that place will be a zoo on a Friday night downtown Indy.
yeah, but they got valet parking and stuff.
Yeah, hey, listen, I roll with the family. So if that's where people want to go, that's where we'll go. I will be there.
That or if there's another steakhouse, we can go to, that'd be okay too. I'm easy.
Yeah, well, you're in charge, man. It's your neck of the woods up there, and the lay of the land. So whatever you set up, you can count on me being there. I will be there. Not a problem at all. I'll be there. I'll be getting in Friday afternoon, late morning, afternoonish. So yeah, that's fine. Not a problem at all. Love that.
Yeah.
Yes, Rick
is
still
it your glucose? Or no, it's your blood pressure.
Yeah, Rick is still taking his blood pressure.
I'm still trying for that heart attack, but I'm just not getting success. I mean, I don't think this is high enough to get a good heart attack.
Yeah. Background looks so real. Hey, the meat locker, baby. It's the meat locker. Lindy says, when y'all coming to Australia, it's lonely being a carnivore down under. What are you talking about? You got King Kong carnivore down with you, Anthony Chafee.
Yep. You want to be lonely, go to Miami. Ain't no carnivores here.
Yeah. Like being a carnivore in Los Angeles or San Francisco or something.
I would love to go to Australia maybe someday. I think it'd be a cool place to go. I'm afraid of getting knocked out by a kangaroo or something down there. Every time I see a video, some guy's in a boxing match with a kangaroo. I saw a guy was, and I guess they're not scared of you, man. I mean, this kangaroo was chasing this guy, and it looked like he was fighting a grown man. I mean, the thing was bobbing and weaving up on his toes with his hands up. I'm like, what are we doing here? I'm like, this guy was running for his life from a rogue kangaroo with his dukes up. It was nuts. And so the guy, he kind of threatened them. I can't remember where I saw this. Where was it? I don't think it was YouTube. It might have been on TV. And he and he's got and the guy punches the kangaroo. I'm like, boom. I mean, just like they're in a boxing match. It's like, boom, he punches him and he hits him good. And he just kind of shook it off. And he just looked at him kind of funny, like, that was a pretty good shot.
I don't know if I'd try that or not. I've seen Sylvester get his butt kicked by the baby kangaroo enough times on Looney Tunes to know better than to mess with a kangaroo. My son would be like his son, putting the bag over his head. I'm so ashamed.
Yeah, no, listen, this was not fake. I mean, this dude was running like for his life, and he stopped, and that kangaroo was right there. And I mean, he had his dukes up, and he was up on his toes, and I guess he figured, he's figured I better hit him first, It's like, and the kangaroo ran away. I guess he hit him hard enough. He was like, I don't want no part. This guy's got a good right hand. And he took off the other way, but I'm like, man, I don't know if I can live in a place where animals literally chase me down and want to fight me like a grown dude, like a boxing match.
He's got some muscles too.
Yeah, around here the animals run from you. I don't know, you don't see anybody running with a crazy, reptile chasing them. Oh my gosh.
Every time I go by the canal, I get hungry.
Yeah.
There's some big ones over there too.
Yeah, so there's no carnivores in Florida. Yeah, I'm surprised, man, that there's not more down in Miami there. Kangaroos are the sweetest. I'm more concerned about the spiders. Yeah, they got spiders the size of drones down there, and
Are they edible?
from what I've heard in Australia.
Are they
Yeah,
edible though?
yeah.
There's more poisonous spiders and snakes in Australia by percentage than anywhere else in the world.
Hmm.
Ugh.
Wow.
I've
Ugh.
cooked rattlesnake.
That's supposed to
Yeah.
be good eating.
It is good eating.
Oh, now here we go. September
Oh, come
says,
on.
"Hey, listen, boy. If I had a timpani to roll I could put on there, man, I'm gonna set this up. This is a softball." September says, "I can't imagine anyone eating an iguana." Well, September, today is your lucky day because you don't have to imagine. We have the real deal here. We have a man who's eaten iguana like he was born to do it. His name is
Mm-hmm.
Charger Mopar. He is here and he enjoys telling people all about it.
It's delicious. You talk about fast food. That's my version of fast food.
So do you heart attack fry it, or do you grill
Absolutely.
it, or what do you do?
Well, you can't grill an iguana because they dry out. Reptile meat is not really good on the grill unless you marinate it. Now, if you were to marinate it and let's say sour oranges, it'd probably work. But why bother with all that? What I do, I generally boil the iguana to get the iguana skin. And then, once you get it hot enough, it's like plucking a duck. You put it in water and you get it hot and you can pull the feathers out real easy. And then you can continue to boil your iguana just like if you were boiling a lobster, or you can go ahead and fry your iguana. So after you've boiled it and gotten the skin off, then you can get some duck eggs or regular eggs and then put egg all over your iguana meat and then dip it in the pork rinds and then toss that into the hot lard or tallow and fry it up. And it's going to be good. I mean, real good. It's delicious. It's like frog legs, but better. Getting hungry already.
Yeah, there you go, man. There you go. Now, is there a best iguana season?
If we ever get cold weather, they're the easiest to catch because a
Yeah,
lot
because
of times,
reptiles, yeah, they're like in slow motion.
yeah, what they'll do normally now they dig holes, they hide in the ground so they don't freeze. But if they happen to be up in the tree when it gets cold, they'll fall down. So you'll see them on the ground just laying there ready to be picked up. Of course, they're generally not dead. So make sure you have a good burlap bag because if you use a plastic bag, they'll claw their way out. And the problem is they do bite. So it's a good idea. If you're not sure, get some tape, put some electrical tape around their mouth so they're not going to go and bite you when you least expect it because they will bite you through the bag. And believe me, I know they've tried. You could have them in a burlap bag and they see your finger and they're like, they want to get you. And they have claws like hooks. So that's another thing you got to deal with. But yeah, probably like January, February, that area. If we ever get a cold front, which hardly ever happens anymore, but we used to get a lot of them. And you can go out there. If it goes below 40 degrees for a low, go out there with your bag and start picking. And then what you do, you wait till about maybe 9, 10, 11 o'clock, and they'll start to come out of their holes. But because it's so cold, they won't go in the water. So when you try to get them, they'll try to go back in the hole, and you can just get your bag and grab them and stuff them in there. So yeah, that's January, February is the best time to get a nice load of iguanas.
Well,
This
hopefully
there you have
we'll.
it, family. Where else can you get this kind of information? You heard it here from the authority on all things iguana. That iguana will bite you through a burlap bag, family.
Oh yeah, they will.
You have to know these things, family. These things are of the utmost importance, and you can only learn them here on the Keto Cookout, man. This is why people are here to get this kind of knowledge and information.
Well, that happened to me
So,
when my mom was in the hospital. I was driving to the hospital, and there was a big iguana in the middle of the road because it was a cold day. So I put it in a bag. I left it in my truck. But then when I got back to my truck after visiting my mom, I reached over to get something, and the iguana bit me. So I was like, what in the world? This pick up the bag, and the thing is like, it's like when I was a kid, we used to put lizards like earrings. I don't know if you ever did that. You never did that? You get the little lizards and you get them to bite, and then you put them on your ears like this, and you walk around with the lizards hanging off.
Yeah, brothers don't do that. Yeah, we don't do that. You know, no, brothers don't do that. The earrings, yeah, the diamond, gold, not lizard. Now we will wear some alligator shoes.
Yeah.
You know, the brothers will wear, yeah, that's pimping. If you got you some a nice pair of gators, but no.
I one time I got a baby alligator and I put it in a mailbox. And when she opened the mailbox, I heard the screaming. It was so funny. We used to do all kinds of stuff like that.
Oh man.
Oh, you know, listen, some people aren't scared of that kind of stuff. I saw something again. I come across the oddest things on the internet and TV where a guy caught a badger. He snuck up on it from behind and grabbed it. Now you want to talk about a bad dude? Now that's a dude. You just leave him alone. If he wants to fight you or something, like, but hey, you know, you win.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you ain't scared of a badger, you have no fear. And he had on a pair of gloves, but that's it. Like he didn't have on any type of armor or any type of protection or anything like that. And it was like late too. And this badger was just kind of, you know, there were two of them, and the one guy was distracting the thing a little bit, so he was focused on, you know, the one guy. Another guy snuck around behind him and grabbed him right in the scruff of his neck, like, you know, like a mama cat grabs the kittens or whatever, right in the back of the neck, grabbed him by the bottom, and that thing started hissing like a cat and had his teeth. I mean, he was not happy about it. He was not. And the one guy and this guy grabbed him and he was smiling and all happy, and I'm like, it clearly wasn't his first rodeo. I mean, he was right at home, and you know, and then the guy said, "So how you gonna let him go?
Throw him."
I guess that's what you have to do, because you can't just gently set him down.
You know,
that's not an option.
I saw one time they had a TV show. It was called Dr. Something Pet Vet, and they used to do all these animals. And one time he tried to examine a Muscovy duck, and I have never seen anybody attacked by a duck like that. I think it was called Dr. Chris Pet Vet or something like that. I don't remember the show, but it was on like Channel 4 or something. I remember seeing it in the morning. And when I saw him with the duck, I go, oh, you know, a duck. And this duck was fighting, you know, and I'm thinking, man, he does not know how to handle a duck. You got to grab it by the wings. He's over there trying to grab the head and the things like going around and the claws. You know, ducks have good sized claws. They're almost like little talons. And it tore him up. And it was so funny. I think it was called Dr. Chris Pet Vet. I tried to find it online. I couldn't, but I saw it on TV. And it was so funny seeing this guy struggle with a duck. So imagine something like a badger or something mean. That would not be fun, but the duck that was funny. It's just
I'd be scared I'd lose a grip. That's what I'd be scared of if I grab that badger. I'm like, I'd be scared I'd drop him.
Oh yeah,
and that'd be it. Then you just cancel Christmas because it's on from there. But so I don't want to skip over. So once again, we have fantastic wildlife information here. So you're telling me and all the folks watching tonight that the best way to catch a duck is to grab him by the wings.
Yes,
that's the way to do it.
If you want to control the duck to examine it, like if you want to take something out of its foot, or you know you're trying to examine or give it medication or whatever, grab it by the wings, because with those wings they will beat you like you wouldn't believe. And some of the male ducks, they have a little spike on the end of their wings that'll get you. So you got to grab them. Don't grab the neck because they'll spin around. You know, they'll either break their own neck or they'll get you with the claws.
See, you can't get this information anywhere else, folks. This is information. This is priceless information. You never know when you're going to need to know this stuff, family. And we are giving it to you live in living color in HD right here on the Keto Cookout, man. It's just another Tuesday night. We are doing what we do here. Doc V is in the building. Doc V says, hello, Rick, Brett, and that other guy. That'll be me. T.O.G., baby. T.O.G. is in the building. Appreciate you, Doc. That is my main man, Dr. Nelson Vasquez right there. He's big time. But he still comes down and hangs out with us here, and I appreciate him. Great guy. If you don't know Doc V, I don't know if his channel is up, but if it is, look him up and subscribe and all that. Great guy. Love Doc V.
He's even been interviewed with Dr. Chafee, I think it was.
Yes, he's got a great story, and like I said, all around great guy. Still practicing medicine, still out there saving lives, out there fighting the good fight like we all are. Telling folks to put them biscuits down, y'all. Lay them down. Lay them biscuits down. Trade them biscuits for briskets. Trade that jelly and jam for bacon and ham. Get on the road to better health, a better life today. Get your carbs low. I'm talking low.
Biscuits are nasty.
I'm talking lower than Adam Lacey's IQ. Low.
That never happened to him.
Shout out my brother Adam. That's
I haven't seen him online lately.
I'm sure he's doing some stuff there for the movie and stuff. I'm sure I saw something. He was in a picture with Dr. Thomas Seyfried and Carrie and that. So yeah, I think he's still out there doing his thing. That's my man. Okay. That's my guy. So
he's over on Healing Humanity Live quite a bit.
Yeah. I was gonna say his Carnivore Day channel maybe not as much.
Together.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any YouTube videos from him in a long time.
Oh, speaking of celebrity, we got a celebrity in the house there, man. Look at that. Look who it is, everybody.
I just wanted to say.
Hey, Doc, how you, buddy?
Okay. Hold on. Let me work with my devices here.
Oh,
yes, I hear you, but maybe you don't hear us.
I think I can hear now. So Adam has been very busy with the community. Hold on, I have two speakers now.
Yeah, you're kind of fading in and out here.
There we go. Adam has been very busy with the Healing Humanity .live community, like Brent mentioned. So that's probably why you haven't seen him.
Okay.
He's been working daily apparently with that. Tomorrow, you're a member of that community. Tomorrow there's gonna be a Q&A with me at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Gotcha. Now, who's Healing Humanity?
Healing Humanity .live, the community.
Gotcha.
It's a community like Steak and Butter Gang.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's great, man. Love that.
Everybody has a community now.
Yeah. And not me.
Not me either. Nobody wants to be on my community. You want to be on my community? Come here with a crossbow and let's get some iguanas.
Yeah, listen. I have a community on Tuesday nights at 9:00.
I don't eat iguanas, but I'll eat ducks.
There you go. Duck's delicious. I had some parking lot chicken. That's good too.
He'll slip some iguana in there. You won't even know, man. He'll slip some iguana in there. You won't even know, Doc. You'll just be munching it up, man. You'll be smacking your lips and.
Already happened to me with rabbit.
Ah,
really?
It tastes like chicken.
And
They told me it was chicken. It was someone who knew. It was someone who knew the way I eat. Okay, Ross. And he told me we were studying long hours. We were students, so hungry. And the lady that owned the house, we rented a room, had made some rice with. Now I know rabbit, but he told her to tell me that it was chicken. Hours later, when I couldn't even vomit the stuff, do you like the chicken? And I said, yeah, it tasted good. Yeah, it was good. It wasn't chicken, it was rabbit. Now, I don't eat rabbit, and he knew that, but so it tastes just like chicken.
Yeah, it's just a chicken with big floppy ears. That's all it is, man. Just a chicken with big floppy ears. Now, I think rabbit is on the clean list. I know you eat clean meats.
Well, it's not.
It's not. Oh, I
That's
didn't
why.
know that. I thought rabbit was well, I guess it doesn't have a split hoof and chew the cud, I guess.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of
So-
it as a vegetarian animal, so I thought I was just thinking it was
You know,
yeah. Well, in that case, that's terrible,
yeah.
but funny.
You
I haven't
survived.
forgot that. This was literally 43 years ago, 42 years ago.
Huh.
But we every time we talk, and we don't talk too often, but I still keep in touch uh, with him, and we laugh about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I see there you just did an interview with Robert Kiltz. That is wonderful. I see him every day because I have a card that he gave me on my desk with his picture on it. And so he's one of 100 people that I do plan to call. I have not done an interview. I can't remember the last interview I did. I've just been busy and this life gets in the way. But I really do want to start my interview stuff back up again. I enjoyed doing those and so yeah, I got to get Kilsey on there and some other folks, and just cut up because I mean we're a couple of clowns, so it's only God knows what we'll get into when we get to talking together. But he's a really good. I really like him. I like his energy and his attitude and his passion for people and our lifestyle, and I love all of that. I love all of that. And since we got the doctor on there, I guess we need to ask some type of medical question. I mean, I hate to waste this superstars, the time on our channel here. I have been recently thinking about and looking at a few different things. One is the lymphatic system, which I think I might have talked to you about briefly. But the other thing is vitamin D and the things that can happen to you or the symptoms or problems that you'll have if you're not getting enough vitamin D. And I've been seeing and hearing, I think Dr. Berg did a video recently and some others have done them, that most people are vitamin D deficient and it can show up in many, many ways because I guess it's hard to get in food.
So you actually don't get any vitamin D in food. What you do get is the precursors, and the main compound. That's great, Rick.
You mean I'm not getting a heart attack?
Yes, Rick is checking his blood pressure every hour, every 15 minutes.
12/68. That's good.
Yeah.
So, you know what the precursor to vitamin D is? Cholesterol.
Oh, if I was going to
Yeah.
say vitamin C.
No, it's
No,
cholesterol.
I'm just kidding.
You need the sun activation. Anyways,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
in Florida, and I've been in Florida for 28 years, it's amazing for vitamin D deficient, including me. Now, I do not spend a lot of time outside because I'm always in an office.
Yes,
closed.
me too. Me too.
But it is now three. I'll give you three things. Number one, low vitamin D levels are associated with poor immune system. In other words, you're not going to work as good as you should as far as immunity is concerned because it's a major immune hormone. Vitamin D is the precursor for testosterone, and testosterone converts to estrogen. Vitamin D is very important. There's studies that have associated low levels of vitamin D with increased incidence of diabetes. Now, vitamin D is very important for everything in the body. It has hundreds, literally, of functions. So, the best supplement of vitamin D is the sunlight. Okay, there's no question about it. I have been supplementing since the last time I checked my vitamin D with a vitamin D that I bought on Amazon that is based in comes in coconut oil, because vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin, and you need to have it in an oily medium. Most of the ones you find will have sunflower oil or some other seed oil. So I found this coconut uh, based vitamin D, and that's what I use.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna start. I don't know. Wouldn't say I've been feeling bad or anything, but I just maybe that's something I need to work on amongst many things. I have a laundry list of things I need to work on, but I live a very sedentary life and I'm indoors.
Lower vitamin D has also been associated with increased risk of cancers of many types.
Yes, I don't spend a lot of time outside, mostly because there's no air conditioning out there. So that's the main reason. And listen, down here, listen, I don't have to tell you, you're down here in Florida too. It is a special kind of hot. Okay, it's not no ordinary heat down here. So yeah, and you got all the bugs and all the just all of that stuff that goes along with it. And so yeah, so again, these are things that you just have to. If you're like me and you move at a slow, glacial kind of pace, you just write them down on your list, and you to work on them and work on getting better at it and doing more of it. And so, yeah, I've heard also vitamin D is important for calcium uptake. So, for bone health and things of that nature. So vitamin D is very important. And, I was talking to my dad about this today. He's, loves vegetables and things of that nature. Although I work on him hard and he does eat meat, but he prefers vegetables and he's, doesn't eat as much meat or the type of meat that I like to say meat. But,
as long as he's not eating the big Franks and vegelings.
No. He likes vegetables and he likes to juice and
one of those
and that sort of stuff. Yeah. So we were talking today and I was telling him, you need B12. It's very important, and you can't get B12 from any plant. And he was telling me about spirulina or something has B12 in it. And I told him, I said, man,
that's healthier than about a Snickers bar, at least. But
yeah. Although he'll eat that too. He's a big sweet tooth. I said, well, first of all, Dad, I don't believe that you can get B12 from anything plant-based, but I'm not an expert on that, so I could be wrong. I've heard that several times from several different people. I'm repeating it, so if it's wrong, it's something I'm repeating that I was told wrong. I said, and I can't imagine how much spirulina you'd have to eat to get the belt of B12. You couldn't eat enough. I mean, you'd have to eat it morning, noon, and night to probably get 1/10 of what you need. Eat a cow. That's how you get it.
Does he have any problems with sugar?
You mean blood sugars in that? No. He's especially now. Matter of fact, he tested his fasting insulin. For the first time, I got him to do that, and it was 11. So, which that's still
a little bit higher than ideal.
Well, sure, but I don't think for a person who's eating standard American diet, that you know what I'm saying, that's probably on the low side.
So what I do with patients is, for example, 11. What was his blood sugar on the same blood test? Do you know?
It's in the 90s.
Okay, so automatically, there is a calculation that you can make. It's called HOMA-IR, HOMA-IR for insulin resistance. You multiply the glucose by the insulin, divide it by 405, and with just numbers that you just told me, it's almost 3. And anything under 1 is optimal. Between 1 and 2, it's like the borderline. Over 2 or 3 is insulin resistance. The other thing
I told him it should be in the single digits. It should be 5, 6.
So the Dexcom people just came out with the over-the-counter continuous glucose monitoring. It's for a lot of people, it's cheaper than paying their copay. For example, I have insurance and I still have to pay $175 for the Dexcom. The over-the-counter version for a month is $89. So
you can actually get it over the counter now. When did that happen?
About 2 weeks ago, literally 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So this is very new.
It's called Stelo, Stelo, and you cannot buy it in pharmacies, not yet at least. You have to go to their website and get a subscription. It's $89 for a month. So get him to use one of those and see how his blood sugars react to the things that he eats. So sometimes
I want to do that.
Patients realize, wait a second, that this food that I thought it was very healthy for me, it's spiking my blood sugar. Even if you're not diabetic, your glucose gets spiked when you eat the wrong things.
Yeah, no, we've had this conversation, and again, it's just one of those things. You got decades and decades of things that you've learned and that you think you're trying to unlearn. And you got your doctors and your family and, everybody telling you, you're crazy to just eat, meat, or even he would never just eat meat. That never happened. But even being just heavily meat-based, the most I can hope for from him is 50-50. That's the most. I can't see him ever. He's in his 80s. He is who he is.
Does he eat processed foods, bread, or
sometimes not a ton? I mean, he eats if you take the standard American diet on a spectrum, like the real just fast food every day, all the time, that, and then you go down the scale to fast food here and there, it's more standard American home diet, like not out eating out, but his family eats, typical stuff that we eat, beans and rice and, pasta and, so it's not like he's eating McDonald's and Wendy's every day or that sort of stuff, but it's not uncommon to have a big pot of beans, or pasta, rice, and some rolls and bread and sandwiches, so
I just want something off the rack from Bread there. One of those around him.
Yeah, well, like I said, he makes a lot more largely what his wife makes, and so she's by no means ketogenic. So it's one of those things. But he's very conscious now, just from talking to me. I've been beating him about the head and neck with it, and he was having some health problems, and he's doing much better. And he was vegetarian for a little while. Of course, he's Seventh-day Adventist, so he gets a little bit of heat.
Even if you're vegetarian, and I'm not and I've been vegetarian in the past. Even if you're vegetarian, you can be healthy. You're gonna have to supplement. There's no question about it. You have to supplement when you're vegetarian. But at least if you really totally avoid all processed foods and vegetable seed oils and just eat real food, you can still be healthy. And
and that's what I told him. And that's even when we first started. I first started on him trying to get him moving to more meat based. I told him, I said, listen, you eat better than most people. He's always been health conscious. He's never, he has a sweet tooth, but he's always been health conscious. Not a lot of junk food and fast food and processed foods. It's more just living the life that your typical, Adventist person has. He little bits of the fake meat and stuff because his wife's not a vegetarian. So she makes meat routinely. She doesn't eat all that, fake meat and stuff.
Ask them if they eat duck. Ask them.
No, she don't eat. She don't. They've been married 30 years. I know what they eat. They make. I have a big chicken and fish.
I have a big long story about that. We're not going to tell you now, but about the duck.
Yes, I remember you told me about that, about being clean or unclean. You told me that story, but yes, I'm with you on that. But yeah, they get some bread and pasta. There's a lot of macaroni and cheese, and them yams and stuff, man. All the brown sugar and all, just soul food, man. I don't know how else to say it. It's just Southern soul food. Rick is about to lose it up there. Rick is to lose his mind. But hey, listen.
Rick, I have a question for Rick.
Yeah, we all have a question for Rick.
He's always monitoring Winn-Dixie specials.
Yep.
Anything recent?
Well, funny you asked. Let's see.
Well, that is not the store that he reps the most. They should give him a job there representing El Presidente or something.
No, well, that's one of them, Presidente Supermarket. But
that
the
one,
champion,
that's toward the south. I haven't seen that one. I have a Fresco next to.
Winn-Dixie just had a big sale.
I have a Fresco nearby in Deltona, 48 cents a pound for chicken legs. My wife and my son like chicken legs.
Heart Attack Chicken is incoming tomorrow.
It ends
That's
tomorrow.
a great deal.
No, it starts tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Oh, okay. I'm back home on Friday again, so
they just had a big Labor Day sale. Winn-Dixie, I loaded up. They had bone-in U.S. choice bone-in ribeyes, $8.99 a pound, I think it was. And
that's
I have
good.
Oh, that's outstanding. I mean, they're around here. Their normal price is $15.99 a pound. The cheapest place you can get them here in Jacksonville is at Costco, and they're about $13 a pound. That's their everyday price, for good ribeyes.
I'm waiting for the holidays for those standing rib roasts from Publix, and I hope they have it again this year because I'm gonna stock up. I am gonna make space in my freezer and buy as many as I can.
Listen, you're preaching to a saved man here. Listen, I made videos about this. I don't know if you happen to see any of them, but they are out to get me here. They've done it. Now, the first time they did it,
I heard you the other day.
The first time they did it, I joked about it. I was like, they've now done it twice. So I don't know if it's coincidence anymore.
But that was in Winn-Dixie, right?
Yes, in Winn-Dixie. They came out with a sale in May. Now they did it back. Now I loaded up on boneless ribeyes. That was back around the first of the year. They had a sale on boneless ribeye, and no limits. I hammered them, and then about 2 or 3 months later, they had another sale on boneless ribeye, limit 2 pounds, and now I got a maneuver. And I made a joke about it. I'm like, they're because you have to use your card to get the price. You have to belong to the club. So I made a joke about it. I'm like, they're trying to slow me down. Well, in Memorial Day, they had a sale, bone-in ribeye, same at the price. And again, this choice, not select, because they do have a lot of select meat, and they have sales on it all the time, but I don't buy that. I wait for choice. They don't sell prime. They only sell, Costco sells prime, but they're the only place around here that you can get prime. But I don't buy that anyway. It's too expensive. So I wait for the choice.
Walmart and Sam's have prime.
They do? I don't go to Walmart, so I don't know. I haven't been in a Walmart in 10 years. But like Winn-Dixie doesn't. You can't get any prime at Winn-Dixie, and I don't think Publix does either, not on my side of town anyway. I'm guessing because they don't sell enough of it. They sell choice and select, but they don't have any prime. At least not steaks, maybe some other cuts. But anyway, so this time they did the same thing. They came out with the sale. I went and I bought about probably 30, 40 pounds. And they came out with the Labor Day sale, and they put a limit on them. So I'm like, you know what? I don't know what's going on with all that.
This goes straight to the trash.
I don't care because I go and get what I want, and I divide it up into 3 pound increments, and we just run through that thing with 5 or 6 purchases, and I don't care. Like, we can do it the easy way or the hard way, but it's going to get done because you can't beat that price, man. That's almost Bacardi price. Apex Odyssey says the most exotic thing I've ever eaten is camel. Okay, all right. The wildest thing, raccoon. Yeah, I've not had either one. Although I did watch, I couldn't stop watching. Someone online caught a raccoon, hung them up, skinned them, and dressed them, and soaked them in milk overnight, and then boiled them the next day. And I couldn't stop watching. I wanted to. I wanted to. It was just like the most amazing thing I ever seen. I was both disgusted and amazed all at the same time. It was like a weird emotional thing. I'm watching this. I'm like, oh my God, that's disgusting. I can't. That's like the worst hour of TV I've ever seen.
I don't know if I could be into any roadkill.
No, it wasn't roadkill. They didn't kill it. Like they trapped it, and it's a thing because when I was a kid, my neighbor across the street used to rent out his dogs for coon hunting.
Mm-hmm.
That was how he made his living. And guys would pay him so much a day to rent those dogs, and they'd go out and find raccoons, and it looked like chicken in the pot. And they were smacking their lips and eating it up, man. But
probably they too.
Yeah, man, they strung that thing up like on a tree. They had a little contraption, and they stretched it out, and they cut around this, and then they cut right down the middle, and oh my goodness, it was terrible but amazing all at the same time. And then I never seen anybody soak anything in milk like that. I had to Google that, and they say it takes the gaminess out of
that's what I've heard. I've never done it.
Overnight in milk. And yeah, man, they were loving it. They I guess they do it all the time. But somewhere down in deep Louisiana, somewhere it was. These were country folks. Okay, I'm talking about these were country people.
Where are you located, Rick?
Miami.
Miami. Oh, okay. How far is that from Melbourne?
From where?
Melbourne.
Oh, Melbourne. That's upstate. Miami's all the way in the bottom.
I know.
It's got to be 4 hours or something.
4 hours? No, because from Delton, I'm 4 hours from Miami, so Melbourne is closer, but not that much closer.
Now, is this a new thing for you, Rick? Is that going to be your next adventure? Raccoon trapping and
the raccoons,
heart attack raccoon.
They ate my ducklings. They ate my duck eggs.
Oh,
They've been chasing my ducks away. So
yeah.
I already exported 3 raccoons to another neighborhood, and I know there's another one in my attic. So, I'm not going to export him. I'm going to deport him to my kitchen.
Yeah, I was just about to say, man, they drew first blood. All right. So you got a debt. Yeah, you have got a debt that must be paid. You can pour out some bacon grease for the chickens that have.
I guess you know how to trap them because they have a lot of dexterity as well.
Oh, I have a cage. You put garbage in the cage and they go in there, and you wake up in the morning and there they are looking at you. But what I'll do, I'll get out there, I'll put some garbage out there, and I'll get my scope and I'll get my crossbow, and I'll wait for the little raccoons, and I'll shoot them right there in the front yard. That'll send a message to the rest of them to move on,
Hey, listen, I'm all about it, man. Listen, that happened. My sister used to have chickens in their yard, and they had a nice coop. They had probably 8 or 10 of them, and they would get their eggs and stuff. And the kids were responsible for closing the coop up at night and all that. Well, somebody forgot to close the door of the coop one night, and they came out there in the morning. There was nothing there left alive. It was a massacre. It was nothing but blood and feathers.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids were fairly traumatized by that. They were very upset by that. It was a traumatic experience for the family. And the moral of the story is close the door to the chicken coop.
Was it raccoons or foxes?
Yeah. Yeah. They were pretty sure it was raccoons because they
Yeah.
seen some raccoons around. The raccoons were lurking, just waiting for somebody to leave that door open.
That's it.
Those
Well,
are nasty.
Yeah.
I'm going to take care of them. That's what I'm going to do. I'll get rid of them. They won't be around anymore.
Well, it goes without saying. There's a million YouTube channels with people on there showing you how to cook them.
You have a good night, folks.
All right.
Hey, appreciate you popping by. Always good to see you, Doc.
All right. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
All right.
All right.
Care, brother.
See you, buddy.
All right. If you see me with a Davy Crockett hat, you know what happened.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask if you're going to make a coonskin hat.
Oh,
Davy
my
Crockett
God.
style. Yeah.
Or like some people
Yeah.
call them trash pandas.
Yeah. They're something else, man. I grew up around them, and they're the only animal that I'm really afraid of, only because they're not afraid of you. They have no fear of you. Most things will run from you if you get anywhere near. If you in a threatening way, they'll take off. They do not want to fight you. A raccoon has no problem with it. They are all about it. And you make a gesture at them, they sit there and look at you like, yeah, you have no idea what I could do to you, sir. They just give me a look like they're not moving. They don't even flinch. Sometimes you can flinch at an animal or something, and he'll like, no, you flinch at that thing. He's like, okay, you do that one more time, and it's you and me. We're gonna dance. You're not gonna like it.
I got good aim.
You better not miss with that crossbow. That's all.
Oh, I'll get him with a crossbow. Don't you worry. I got good aim. And I got a scope too. So watch out, Mr. Raccoon. You're not going to be coming back.
Yeah, there we go. Apex says, I was living in backwoods, Mississippi, and my uncle hunted that raccoon in the woods and brought it home for dinner.
There you go.
That's how they did it old school.
I've heard of people eating them. I just wasn't sure if they had rabies.
Mama Cracker's here. Well, I'm guessing you could just, that's why you cook them.
Yeah.
It's like, and you don't eat them like sushi.
No. You don't eat raw iguana either. That's a bad idea.
Yeah. No, listen, like I said, I've never had it, but like I said, I was a little kid 40 years ago, and it was a thing. And people would love to go coon hunt. And yeah, they had all kind of little trinkets they would make out of the raccoon feet and the different stuff, all that. But I was not part of any of that. But it looked, the way they made it, they boiled it like in a stew.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very chicken-like, and I'm guessing you could deep fry it.
It's like a possum stew.
Yeah, I guess so. It was like I said, I was watching it on TV. It looked tasty, but
I had a possum living in my van. I had to take him away. I've never cooked a possum either. They look kind of nasty.
Now, I don't know anybody that's ever eaten possum, although I'm sure there's somebody that has.
You remember that cartoon with Barney Bear? He says, I'm going to have possum for dinner. Oh, boy, oh, boy. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I don't remember that.
Oh,
That's an obscure one.
Yeah, that it definitely is, man. You're going back a little beyond me for that.
I think they used to have that along with the Tom and Jerry cartoons. It was called Barney Bear. It was a bear that wasn't very smart, but he always got himself in trouble. And then he was trying to get a possum. I think the possum he cut down the tree. It fell on his house, and the possum was hanging in his dining room, and then they ate together. So he said, oh, I told you I'd have possum for dinner, and there he is. I remember the cartoon was called The Impossible Possum. I'm sure you could look it up online.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, boy? Appreciate you being here. Mama. Good to see you, sis. Okay. Glad you're here. William McCartney pops in. Good to see you guys. Scooby the dog. Good evening. Says my dad lived in abject poverty while young. He fished and brought home turtles for soup. There was a little bit of that when I was a kid. We had some turtles and stuff. Again, I grew up Adventist, so we didn't eat any meat that wasn't, Leviticus or whatever, clean meat. This is Jewish, to do it like a Jewish diet. kosher. We weren't kosher. We didn't need the kosher, but so all that stuff. We didn't grow up eating anything other than just beef and lamb, chicken, turkey, fish. No shellfish. No nothing. Nothing like that. It wasn't until I got older and got knee deep in sin that I started eating all that stuff.
Yeah, I looked up. The cartoon was called The Impossible Possum in 1954.
That's funny.
A good carnivore memory.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can remember everything. Let me tell you. I used to love watching the banana splits in the morning.
Oh yeah.
1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4. I don't know if you remember that. You may not be old enough.
I remember the banana
yeah.
splits.
You remember the banana splits?
Yeah, I'm 54.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I liked it so much. I got my own 6-wheeler. I got my own banana buggy.
Yeah. Well, my friends, I think we have fulfilled our contractual obligations to the family. As always, we thank everybody for coming, hanging out with us on a fun Tuesday night. We had a lot of fun. You know, it's impossible not to have fun when you got Brett and Rick with you. Man, you got to try awful hard not to have fun with these two clowns here. You got to work hard. All right. So yes, we're gonna chat. Yes, Scoob. We started an hour and 10 minutes ago. But next Tuesday at 9:00 we'll be here with Nurse Kim and whoever else wants to join us. Then the week after that, I'll be off. I will be headed north to hang out with some cool folks like Brett and whoever else, the other cool kid shows up. So I have a week off there, and then we'll be back at it. But in any event, man, appreciate you guys so much for hanging out, joining us. And we will see you next week, next Tuesday night, right here at 9:00 for the Keto Cookout. Until then, we wish you all the best, and we'll see you on the next one.
Oh, yeah.